Good morning, and what a wonderful cold morning it is again. Cold front was supposed to lift by Sunday, so it looks like it's going to rain. And again, if you're off grid and you have to do things on the fly, it's always good to be prepared. Um, for instance, our local bank, there's two ATMs not working today. Um, And that's fine. Sometimes we need parts or we need pipe fittings, like I'm looking for a 45 angle sewer line adapter. So obviously they didn't have, so they have to order it for you. So you have to work around what you can do and always go a little bit prepared with a lot of things in life. So a lot of people have asked me, how did this Camino Verde start? Where did the idea come from and how did it all happen? Well, the interesting story with Camino Verde is for many years before the pandemic broke out, I've been speaking about how humanity is falling apart. We are being pushed in boxes, radical beliefs created just so that we can create another human box to put people in, categorize people, which is ludicrous. And I could see how people are changing towards their neighbors, their family, how people build walls instead of breaking them down, building bridges, finding common ground, but people forget about that. And being involved for many years in humanitarian efforts, environmental efforts, alternative healthcare, natural healthcare, these kind of things, sustainability, things that interest me. I'm always thinking, and for a better part of 15 years, I've had a recurring dream where I'm building, I'm constructing, and I was never in this environment. I was corporate. Hello, I earn good money. Um, but I got pulled to one side and I bent the knee and I just said, Divine God, I will follow your way because you're showing me things, you introducing me to new technologies, new ideas, concepts, bringing old ideas and concepts back to life, technologies and even our social way of living life. Just do something different. And when the pandemic broke out, it was also the same time I was going to renew my passport, which had 7 months left on it. So I traveled to Ireland. The day I arrived, lockdown, pandemic, panic everywhere. I didn't have a clue what was going on. And in between this, as always in Ireland, it rains. And I lost one of my bags, my most important bag with all my documentation in it, but that's okay. So I stayed with friends, and this was the agreement, and I felt very bad because there was no answers, there was no support from the embassy, and nobody calls you back. So the Irish embassy for the South African embassy in Ireland is not a good one to use at all. I don't even know if it's an embassy. I think it's a scam of some kind because you never get appointments, you never get to see anybody, nobody ever comes back to you, no matter the crisis. So in between all of this nonsense, no bank cards, no anything on me, panic stations left, right, and center, writing emails after emails, call after call. This went on for weeks, weeks turned into months, months, almost to a year. And I was fed up because I can't access my banking, I can't do nothing. And all I could do to survive was therapies, treatments, those kind of things, reflexology, full, muscle relaxing massages, deep tissue, sports recovery massages, those kind of things. Because a lot of people were stuck in pain and you were not allowed to work in this arena, irrelevant. It was transmitting diseases, which is all nonsense. So I did that because I have a lot of clients that's professional athletes, professional, people working in government, working in in the States, in legal doctors needing tension relief where they've injured themselves, there's nowhere to go and these kind of things. So I offered my services in that. I also was working still designing websites and graphics for clients of mine all over Europe. So I earned a living. Unfortunately, my money was either cash and carry or you had to pay it into somebody else's bank. So this went on and I decided that's it. Got hold of the embassy in London. They told me, make an appointment online and let's see you. And lo and behold, I made an appointment. And I got my appointment date and all of these kind of things. So off I go traveling up to the UK. But before all of this happened, life was becoming very hard for everybody because of the pandemic, the lockdown, people's livelihoods being taken away, people's freedom to earn a living, a sustainable living, to provide for their families was taken away. A lot of companies, people fell and they closed their businesses, which was very sad. So a friend of mine and myself, we've known each other for many years. She was telling me about her struggles and battles financially and, work that she has to do to try stay alive. And with her son also being here. So I said to them, let's get a house together because it makes so much sense. Save money and pull together, because the whole idea of Camino Verde is to unite people, to bring people together so we can support one another in times of stress, in financial difficulties, environmental changes, these kind of things, people that can unite and help each other. So the idea started flowing into our lives. So we were sitting around and talking about all the injustice and, how people haven't got support and how hard life is, and especially for people that weren't blessed like we were to live in the same house together, to bring our resources together, these kind of things. And ideas, how do we survive? We even grew tomatoes and stuff like that. But we worked towards that as I was waiting for my appointment date and hoping and praying that there was not another lockdown, because if South Africa had a lockdown, the embassy doesn't work. If the UK has a lockdown, South Africa doesn't work. So it was just a snowball effect. And speaking to so many people, South Africans, for instance, in the same boat that I am, waiting to get an appointment to get documents that they've lost, or either it's expired because of the lockdowns, and how their whole lives is uproared. So we continued talking about things. And I kept on talking about, let's buy land for ourselves, and our plan was Bulgaria, because I love Bulgaria. And the people are just fantastic. However, the divine spirit kept on telling me, that's not where you're going to be. And it was frustrating all of us, because we wanted to put our resources together and buy a small patch of land just to support ourselves. Being selfish, you know what I'm saying? Just me, myself, and my friends. Instead of thinking on a bigger scale. So the one night we were sitting around the dining room table, living in a rental, freezing cold, and we didn't have enough money to put together for heating oil. So I was still doing massages, I was still doing reflexology, physiotherapy on some of my clients that used to come around, still doing web design, graphic design. So life was going, but it wasn't going at a rapid rate so that we can survive. So we had times where we didn't have heating in the house, and believe me, that house was a box, ice box. And my room was the top floor. And there was no insulation in that top floor, I can guarantee you that. But nonetheless, we still had fun. I used to bake and cook for Edna and Sean if they were working and I was working from home, and these kind of things. So it's always nice to have something, to come home to a warm meal. It was made with love and care, and these kind of things. And we used to do our shopping together, which was a lot of fun, always looking for good yellow labels and things like that. So we know what it feels like to go through a tough time. That's what I'm trying to get at. And then the war in Ukraine broke out, and my heart went immediately to the Ukrainians, not the governments, not the political parties and people that's running around trying to look for photo opportunities. And no, I was thinking about those poor souls, those kids. It's winter. It's freezing outside. How can a person help? So we ended up speaking, and I was Googling left, right, and center humanitarian initiatives, efforts, and things like that. And then, because I've been involved in humanitarian efforts for many years, I had to go deeper into the companies. And then I was looking down at monies that they raise, the monies that goes towards the offices and running costs, and then there's the salaries. And then I just said, it's an awful lot of money going towards the organizers instead of to the initiatives. And it's shameful. And I couldn't find a humanitarian effort that resonated with me, because all their money goes to image. It goes to how they look, their offices, their expenses, which is ludicrous amounts of money, their salaries. And I was like, wow. And I said, what if we change something? What if we create an NGO that is completely focused on humanity, finding unique kind of ways in bringing ideas to life that can really help people? A dignified fresh new start, because I've seen where people end up if they seek government support, or if they seek asylum, or if they're going through a tough time, what their solutions are. Normally it's horrible little boxes that's not sustainable. It's not well planned. It's not a place for a dignified, fresh new start in life. And besides that, then these people just get dropped off there. You have to go find a job. You have to do this and this and this by yourself, and very little support get given to them. And this is why the project Camino Verde was born. But first, before this could be born, we had to create an NGO. Humanity Unite International was created for people that understands how it is to go through a tough time and really want to help by bringing sustainable initiatives, ideas to life, like Camino Verde. Now, Camino Verde's name didn't start with Camino Verde. It was first ICALI, Eco Community Alternative Health Housing Lifestyle Initiative. It was a tongue twister, so we called it ICALI. But ICALI is more a scientific phrase of what we are trying to achieve. And again, I always pray to God, and I always say, guide me, guide me, guide me, guide me. So the name would change eventually. Going back to the story, eventually I got my appointment date, went to London, sorted my passport out. I didn't expect much. Even the people at the embassy were telling me how long they've been waiting. And some of them had to come back for a second or a third application because they keep on losing it. And then they have to repay. You know what I'm saying? So I prayed and I said, please God, just give me my passport so that I can go and do this project. I can see what it means for humanity. I can see what it means for me and my friend Edna and her friend Sean. Because here we struggle to survive. Sean is doing part-time work. Edna's doing whatever she can. And with a dodgy knee and a woman of her age, Amazon deliveries was becoming a little bit strenuous. With my treatments at the home, which was cash in hands, it was becoming very difficult because, first of all, they became stricter on lockdowns, and it just became horrible. People just became really horrible. So clients preferred me to travel to them, but then the cost was too much, and then I was like, no, who comes, who doesn't. And also with online work, it started drying up a bit, but I was motivated, I was driven, got pennies saved and all these kind of things, because when I get my documents, I want to go do the work. But I was still not sure where I was going to start Camino Verde. Our initial plan, Bulgaria, then with the war in Europe, and obviously history follows history. It's a cycle that always comes back and back and back. I decided that's it. Just trust in God. And I was drawn to South America. Now, I've traveled through South America a few times and I loved it. But there was one country I've never been in, and that was Paraguay. So God guided me and said to me to come down to Paraguay, and this is where you need to be. Blind faith, blind faith. And I still made a joke with my friend. I said, as soon as my passport arrives, my flight is booked and I'm out of here. I said, I'm done with Europe. I'm done with developed countries and mindsets and narrow-mindedness and all of this. I'm following wherever God takes me. So Panama was on the cards, and I felt drawn to Panama. And it is a beautiful country. The people are beautiful. I have great friends there as well. And made my plans for there, started reaching out, got some things sorted, and then God said, no, Paraguay. And here I am. But it has taken a long time to get there. We are a newly founded NGO company. Now, Humanity United International NGO, ICALI is registered as an NGO because ICALI is a project. It is a division of ours. The product from ICALI comes from Paraguay, which means the green path. The green path doesn't always just mean environmentally friendly and these kind of things. I'm talking a greener, healthier way of living life, where people can talk to each other, people can support one another, where we can work together as a team to build up a vertical hydroponic tower farm that is industrious, that is inspiring, that supplies not only our sustainability, but also it generates income for us. And through our organic produce and herbs that we're going to grow, we are going to pursue natural medicines, alternative organic healthcare products, beauty products, hygiene products, things like that, for our own use as well as to provide the marketplace and export market. So think about it this way. It is really, for once in a lifetime, where you get a NGO really focused on people. How do we help people stuck in poverty, people that's never had the opportunity or the chance to further their education in alternative farming, eco-farming technologies, hydrofarming. There's so many different technologies out there. It's just awesome, but nobody knows about it. Sustainability doesn't just mean making food. It's about homes, building with super Adobe earthback home structures. It's well insulated. It is awesome structures. It is inspiring. It is durable, low maintenance, these kind of things. Bringing that to the people, rammed earth walls and construction. It's awesome stuff. It's natural. It doesn't cost you that much. You can get most of your resources from where you are building. Bringing things like that together to people that's never had that opportunity. Giving this opportunity also to people in developed countries that's never had it, but is longing for an alternative life. This is what we are doing. We're not a company where people drive fancy cars. I have a used Quasi outside that's stuck together by mercy and prayers. I work with my hands. I'm out here with people, training and showing them something new. I'm out here trying to bring the right people together so that we can take this Camino Verde colony project from being a dream into a reality. That is what I'm after. I started building this house on my friend's property because I wanted to demonstrate what alternative building is all about, because there's no better way to help people, to actually show them. And in this time, I've looked at property for myself as well, which I am blessed with now, and thank heavens, registered and all these things. But that is not for the big project. The big project is about helping more people. It is about having a group of people uniting, helping each other to uplift our lives. Together we work, we bring our resources, our skills, our knowledge, our experiences together in creating a better place to live and work. Simple. It is about one person having the courage to say, let's do things different. I got sick and tired of waiting for change to come our way. I got sick and tired every day looking at politicians lying to us, telling to us how we are going to uplift your lives. But they don't. They make our lives miserable. They take our control away. They take our power away. They take our sustainability away. They take our freedom away. They take everything away. So why not do something different? So I got tired of waiting, and that is why I'm doing what I'm doing now. I created this because I want to be a part of change, and I want to provide other people the courage to follow in my path, about really helping others, really engaging with people in need, listening to their needs, seeing what life has given them. By not judging others and rather helping them, we are creating a better world. And I had to be the first, maybe. But this is why we started things. We started Humanity Unite as a registered NGO, as well as Ikari as a registered NGO in the UK, for the simple reason because we know there's snakes out there. Those poisonous, venomous, jealous people out there that's going to try and make you fall in life. But you shouldn't let that get to you. Keep your path clean. Don't worry about what they say about you. We all know it's jealousy. We all know it's just a vindictive nature. Instead of being a human, instead of being supportive and understanding, people not always fall out of money and just roll into things. We worked our backsides off to where we are today. We found innovative ways that we, instead of investing in offices and our salaries and anything like that, we rather invest in creating a community. Raising funds, raising awareness. That is what we are doing now as I'm building the demonstration house. The demonstration house I would have loved to have had on my own land. Unfortunately, it just took me a little longer to get what I was looking for, but I did. But now, the person I am, I'm not abandoning this project. We're first finishing this. This one is the demonstration house that will also serve as my home, as well as for whoever comes and lives with us, as we are building and working towards the bigger project. All of these things take time. Don't rush things. I came to Paraguay, and as soon as I could, I started building. Because I have such an urgency within me to demonstrate to people there is an alternative way of doing things. You don't have to be a brain surgeon to figure life out now. It's not going well. So if the path is that you are on now, the life that you have lived until now is not working anymore, and it's not been working for a few years, and you can see it's getting worse, get out. Start something new. Come and join us. I mean, I'm not made from money. I've saved some money. I really invest everything I have into the project, the materials, and everything else that we're trying to achieve. So by bringing all our limited resources together, but all our skills, our knowledge, our experience together, we can create something awesome. So that's what we are doing here. I've got my seeds in, I've got my plants in, everything is organic, everything is going organic, my fertilizer, everything is organic. I survived chikungunya fever with no medicine, nada. And it's not because I'm Superman, it's because I'm living a healthier life. And that is what I want to offer people out there. This is all. There's no hidden agenda of making money, because everybody who joins our community is part of the community. They become registered directors on the company, members of the company, which everything we buy, everything we accumulate goes into the company, so that everybody has ownership. Transparency all the way, because everything we bring in is what we equally divide amongst its members and the community upkeep and future developments. That's it. Equal division, equal votes, everybody get a say. That's the way it should be. That's the way we are going to move forward in life. Not because somebody wants to be a king and somebody wants to be in charge. Nobody wants to be in charge, believe me. I would prefer just to be in the background and have my vote. Everybody else has the same thing. Have other people run the community. I have better things to do with my time. Yes, I am the brainchild of Camino Verde, Icali. That doesn't make me different to anybody else. I don't care about status. I don't care about money. I really just care about the project. I really care about people and helping people overcome the fear that's holding them back. Because if I could do it, you can do it. Inside of you are unbelievable energies, power. And if you just tap into that and trust to the divine, you'll be fine. But it's when you fight and when you are always trying to break people down, when you're always trying to find fault in others, instead of say, you know what, I respect their path and their journey and mazel tov. Not wish them harm, because I don't wish anybody harm. I don't feel anger towards anybody, and I wish everybody the best in life. Even my trolls, even people wanting me to fail. Because you know why I know things are great? Because I have more supporters, more people supporting me and getting involved in this project all around the world than one or two trolls. I have more people involved in different areas of state all over South America, working with me, finding ideas how we can help others, how I can help bring Camino Verde, the blueprints to them, how we can work together with other communities in other countries. So whatever they think is so far from reality, it's scary. But you're going to get people like that, and this is what you need to do. Stand strong and say, you know what? I am who I am, and my path is pure. The same as Humanity Unite International, Icali, and the Camino Verde project, because it's about people. It's about humanity. It's about finding ways to help others. Take away the greed, take away the control, give people the freedom to be innovators, creators, awesome designers. We are living so far beneath our abilities or our potential as human beings. If we just apply the energy to the right places in our lives, things will become so much beautiful. I mean, there is so much beauty in the world. There is so much love and care. And when you feed off that energy and you give that energy, everything around you changes. You find peace, you find tranquility, you find inner strength and courage, you find wisdom, you find understanding, and you learn to communicate these kind of things with others. With me, I look at life different to a person that's Guarani. So me being engaged with communities around Itucarubi de la Cordillera, I understand people. I understand their pains. I understand their worries and fears because I've identified with it. I've had those things in my life. And this is why we help each other. We help each other here. We help these wonderful people because they are. Paraguayans are truly one of the most amazing groups out there. They just want peace, they just want tranquility, and they just want a better life, an equal life. And let's work together. This is all this video is about, and I know it's hitting the 30-minute mark, and I do apologize for it. It was supposed to be a quick little message, hello, and these kind of things. And anyway, be innovative in your life. Don't look at things that's the start and the finish in your life. You still have free will. You have power inside you to change. You have power inside you to follow a different route in life. Life is just awesome. It started, everything we do started around a kitchen table, freezing in the winter. That's how our project started. That's how Humanity Unite International got started. That's how Icali got started. And Camino Verde Paraguay got born. It takes normal people to bring change. Don't wait for it from outside. Not going to come. I hope this inspires you, and I do apologize. My coffee has actually gone cold, but Have a great Monday, and by all love and light and the divine spirit above, I hope and pray you and your loved ones are safe. You find peace, tranquility within your heart, and calmness as you listen to my video. And I do send my love to all of you. All the best.